This video is a comparison video, and we'll be comparing these two devices, yeah. The one on top is Anbernic RG476H, and the one on the bottom is AYANEO Pocket S Mini. Now, some of you might feel that this comparison I'm making isn't entirely fair. That's because the price of the machine below, could almost buy you two of the machines like the one above it. So, it's quite a significant difference. But this video is actually more of a casual chat, you know? I just wanted to talk to you all about what I consider to be the ultimate 4x3 console in my mind. And it just so happens that, in my opinion, these two machines both possess their own individual merits and their own unique strong points. Therefore, I also want to take this opportunity to simply share my opinions with everyone. Alright, let's officially start this comparison now. First, let's talk about the overall appearance and build quality. AYANEO S Mini is definitely the winner here, given that its price is significantly higher than the other device. Next, let's discuss the buttons. Both devices use conductive rubber for the D-pad and ABXY. Anbernic device uses microswitches for its shoulder buttons, but AYANEO's still uses conductive rubber. Generally speaking, Anbernic's machine has a button feel that's a bit on the stiffer side, while AYANEO's machine, on the other hand, provides a button feel that's noticeably softer, you know. Personally, I'm much more inclined towards the button feel on the AYANEO device. It's simply more to my liking. Next up is the core topic we're going to delve into. Both of these machines, in my opinion, each possess their own commendable qualities. Alright, so first off, let's just go ahead and jump into the platform right here. I want to give everyone a chance to really see what it's all about, and this will be a good starting point for our discussion. Looking at it this way, you should be able to see the difference quite clearly. First off, the initial strong point of Anbernic's device is indeed its impressive 4.7-inch custom LCD screen, which impressively supports a high refresh rate. Then, regarding the S Mini, the screen it uses is precisely the same one found in the Air Mini. That's the 4.2-inch LCD panel, which, I should mention, unfortunately doesn't support a high refresh rate. During everyday use, when you're scrolling through the screen, you'll observe a faint ghosting effect. However, the overall quality of this particular screen is exceptionally high, so there are absolutely no issues with its daily operation. And from this video, I believe everyone should also be able to clearly distinguish the significant differences in their display effects. Well, all things considered, when we're specifically discussing the screen quality and display performance, the 476H certainly emerges as the undisputed winner, without a doubt. So, let's talk about the second point. The S Mini boasts a significant advantage, particularly with its processor. The S Mini is equipped with the powerful Snapdragon G3x Gen2, whereas Anbernic device, in contrast, continues to utilize the older T820 chip. This difference in processing power could be quite noticeable for users. Overall, the G3x Gen2's performance is, without a doubt, significantly better than that of the performance of the G3x Gen2 is significantly more powerful than the T820. So on the S Mini, while its performance is strong, its screen is considerably smaller, and the overall display quality of its screen will be somewhat inferior to what you'll find on the 476H model. With the 476H, it has a larger screen, but its performance simply isn't robust enough to truly do that display justice, unfortunately. For example, if we were to do a game demonstration, we would both find a PS2 game to run on each device. This way, we can effectively showcase their full capabilities and compare their performance head-to-head, highlighting all the nuances. And we can hear it within the game. Moreover, there are instances of audio crackling, and the overall operation feels a bit sluggish. And for this particular game, I recall having to slightly underclock it, which is something I had to configure myself. Regarding the graphics, it should be, let's take a look at the overall settings. Yes, the graphics are set to 1.5 times resolution. Then over here, there's a particular setting that you can easily access and adjust. Within the system settings, you'll notice an option for frequency reduction. Yet, even after applying these adjustments, it still experiences some stuttering. It seems we might need to further decrease both the resolution and the frequency reduction. Alright, so let's set this particular machine right here off to the side for a moment, and now we're going to dive right into checking out the S Mini, shall we? For the S Mini, I basically haven't made any other adjustments to its settings at all, you know. And there you have it, it runs incredibly smoothly. Let's take a closer look at the game's settings. Overall, it's running at a significantly higher resolution, specifically 2.25 times, and without any frequency reduction settings applied whatsoever. It truly manages to run everything with remarkable fluidity and ease. Of course, 2.25x isn't even the limit for this device. It can handle even higher resolutions, but for a screen this size, 2.25x is basically good enough for practical purposes. And with that, the comparison between these two machines comes to a close right here. Next, I'll be discussing my personal ultimate 4:3 aspect ratio device, my endgame machine, as some might call it. Some of you may have already figured it out. My ideal device, the perfect setup, is essentially a fusion of these two units. It would combine the 4.7-inch high refresh rate LCD screen from Zooga's device, integrating it with the tail. The exceptional build quality and the satisfying tactile feel of the buttons on this Weber device, which I personally find very appealing, and not to mention the powerful processor it houses. Of course, some might feel that for classic retro gaming platforms, a Snapdragon 865 is already perfectly sufficient. But I really do think, though, that you need to have a certain amount of performance redundancy. So, since we're calling it an endgame device, there shouldn't be any future scenarios where you'd need further performance enhancements for it. So for all those platforms prior to the PS2, the performance offered by a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 or a G3000 Gen 2 is already more than sufficient to confidently consider it a truly endgame solution. And regarding this topic of an endgame handheld console, I really believe that currently, only a device with a 4:3 aspect ratio is truly capable of delivering that ultimate experience for playing vintage games across various retro platforms. If you go with a 16:9 model, it just won't be an endgame device. The only way a 16:9 model could truly be considered endgame is if you're only playing PSP games. But when it comes to emulators like Switch or PS3, due to their inherent imperfections, a 16:9 device simply can't fulfill that endgame role. Well, for PC platforms, the emulators are already quite capable these days. However, when it comes to PC games, there are absolutely no upper limits to their performance demands. So it's highly probable that you'll never truly reach an endgame setup in that realm. So in my own personal opinion, what truly deserves to be called an endgames device is only a 4:3 aspect ratio platform that can truly be considered an endgame. So this endgame device would essentially combine the aesthetic, the meticulous craftsmanship, and the robust processor from the Weber machine, seamlessly integrating it with the custom 4.7-inch screen from Anbernic device. Oh, absolutely, yes, for the entire device. There's really no need to use so much of this, such high quality metal or other elaborate crafting materials. We could definitely switch to plastic instead. That way, the overall weight of the entire unit would be considerably lighter. As long as it doesn't negatively impact its tactile quality or feel, that would be perfectly fine. And well, overall, a 4:3 aspect ratio machine configured in such a way would truly achieve a rather perfect ultimate endgame state. For me, if such a machine ever emerges, then once I've bought it, I simply wouldn't bother looking at any other machines released afterwards, specifically regarding this 4:3 aspect ratio. Well, that's my personal opinion on what I consider to be the ultimate 4:3 aspect ratio endgame machine. Alright, that's everything for this video. I really appreciate you all tuning in, so please make sure to follow me. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!